I'm so frustrated. I need to calm down. How you doing?
You do need to calm down.
I do need to calm down. Well, welcome. It is the Nisha Jackson Show, and I'm Rusty Humphries, and she is Nisha Jackson, and you are here, and we sure appreciate you. Please subscribe to the program. It's so important that you let people know and that you don't miss any of these, especially this series, the Corona Crisis series that we're doing right now, while everybody's kind of freaked out and at the same time quarantined. And hopefully that's going to stop soon. You know, we're all ready to get over this. But until then, Nisha Jackson is here to make sure that you have all of the information in your arsenal to make sure that you stay happy and healthy and safe. And one of the first things I would suggest is taking Brand X. Now, Brand X is a wonderful product. I've got it here, and it tastes like a creamsicle. And it tastes sweet. We talked about sugar last time, and these are not sugary. Sugar is bad, bad, bad for you, as Nisha talked about last time. And this is actually good for you. Right there, you get energy and focus and recovery and immunity, all with the pickup sticks with Brand X. So go to takebrandx.com, takebrandx.com, and get your pickup sticks. So,
That's right.
Calm. Stay calm. Do you have what are your we're going to talk about staying calm. Is that easy for you? You're kind of a calm person, I think, or no?
Is that a joke?
No.
I'm pretty intense. I mean, I'm mostly happy. I do feel like I'm happy most of the time, and I'm very unusually positive, but I can be very intense, and my mind can very easily get completely out there as far as what's happening. So I just thought, gosh, if I do that and I have all these tools and I teach all these people how to, calm down and live healthy and do the right things and, think on things that are positive. I mean, we're always talking about that stuff, right, Rusty? So if I do all those things and teach people that, but I still struggle with it myself, I just feel like we should talk about it, because this stuff, this excessive news information, excessive stress and anger and fear that people have really kind of unwind your brain, and you can take something that starts very small and it can become very big in your head in a super short period of time. Okay. So I just thought,
let me ask you before you get into your tips here, and I want to hear your tips, but I want to kind of get inside your head just for a moment.
Okay.
And that is, I'm not a doctor, and most people watching aren't doctors, except for the doctors that want to rip off your information. And hey, we welcome you too, Doc. But are you worried about all of this stuff? Does this coronavirus freak you out?
No,
Why
not at all.
Why?
First of all, I don't worry about even getting it myself. I'm protecting myself. I'm doing all the right things. I take care of my immune system. I nurture my immune system, which is what all these shows are about, that I'm trying to teach you how to do the same thing. But it's a bad flu, Rusty. Okay, this is a bad flu. It makes you very sick, and it has a long incubation period, so people could be spreading it without even knowing it. But I keep going back to this fact. 50,000 people a year die of the flu. And no one talks about hand washing or shutting down restaurants and bars and shops. No one talks about it. But
why do you think this one is different?
It is different. Okay. I'm not reducing the nastiness of this spread and the intensity of this virus. But I will tell you, I think it's interesting that nobody talks about the fact that so many people die every year of the flu, and it's people who are immune compromised that are not doing well. So I think the one thing that we can keep saying is, what can we do ourselves to allow us to be more resilient to any kind of virus or any kind of bacteria. What can we do to arm our system to be able to scavenge and devour this virus and bacteria that comes into us without making us so sick and so ill and so vulnerable to it?
So,
but no, I'm not.
Maybe being calm help.
It will, but back to your question, I'm not worried. This is going to pass. This was a bad deal. Did we overreact as a community? Possibly. Should we have shut everything down in hopes that we would stop the spread? Possibly. But I'm very concerned that the cure that we're trying to put out there for reducing the spread, the outcome of that's going to be much worse. Okay. So that's my biggest concern, because now I'm seeing depression set in, I'm seeing overeating set in, I'm seeing anxiety, people needing other drugs that they never needed before. They're not sleeping at night. People don't know how they're going to pay their bills. They're fighting with each other. People are completely wound up, and I don't blame them. I've been wound up, like not even knowing what to do.
Right.
So I want to keep doing these shows, Rusty, to give people some hope of there are things you can do to help your immune system and help your body fight this by just controlling your own self. Okay. And one of those things is allowing worry and frustration and anger and our inability to control this situation get so far away from us that it leads to anger and resentment and explosiveness.
Right.
So when you're feeling that way, I just want to give you some quick tips on what you can do to bring yourself down. And even if you just did one of these, it would be awesome. So the first one I just want to say is breathing. Because breathing is still the number one most effective technique at reducing anger. Number one. So if you find yourself completely unwound with anxiety, anger, frustration, irritability, helplessness, fear, whatever, I would suggest that you just stop what you're doing and just start breathing. And the exhalation, the breathing out, is actually the most important part. So you could do breathing a lot of different ways, like breathing a very slow inhalation, breathing in, but to like a long count of 1, but breathing out to a long count of 3. So 1 to 3 breathing, that's called. And this does calm your nervous system down immediately, and it helps you start reframing in your brain what story you're telling yourself. So breathing is still the number one most effective tool at calming your nervous system down and stopping anger.
Nice.
Are you breathing?
I'm breathing.
Belly breathing is really important. So not breathing from your chest, but breathing from your belly. So your belly should be going out and in, out and in.
And through the nostrils, more and out the mouth kind of thing?
Or through the mouth. I breathe through the nostrils, and you can breathe through the nostrils and then exhale through the mouth, but your belly should be going in and out, not just your chest.
Okay. All right.
All right. Number 2 is I want you to admit when you're anxious or angry. You have to admit it, because even just the very fact that you have admitted it and you've acknowledged, I am so angry right now that this is completely out of my control and I can't go back to work and my company's going to fail, or whatever it is that you're saying, just acknowledge that you're so angry. Now, you don't need to go and tell 50 people that. Just acknowledge it yourself, because it does. The research does show that anxiety and anger will decrease just through the very omission of it.
That's good.
So the other thing that I would recommend is challenging your thoughts. This is a really good one. We touched on this on a previous show. Is just ask yourself some questions. Just challenge yourself. Is this likely to happen? Is this a very rational thought? Do I know for sure this is true?
Because people are always looking at the worst case scenario, right?
Yeah. And has this ever happened before? Would this be a common thing? So just challenging yourself on those questions, I think, is super important. And, and maybe telling yourself the opposite of what you think, like reframing the thought. And I know I'm going to get sick. And if I get sick, I'm going to end up in the hospital. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe just reframe that whole thought and say, you know what, there's a lot of things I could do for my immune system. I'm going to start today doing those things. And one of those things is thinking positive thoughts and controlling my anger and controlling my fear, because that actually supports my immune system. All right, number 2, releasing the anger, just release it. And I want to say, Rusty, you actually helped me yesterday.
What?
I called you. I was having an emotional meltdown. I'm going to admit I was kind of out there. There was too many things piling up, and I didn't know how to process it. And I called you to reschedule a recording, and I just started crying, and my head had gone crazy, like I was thinking something that wasn't really happening. And you reminded me of a very important technique that I've actually taught thousands of patients to do, and I haven't done it for at least 2 years. Wow. 2. And this goes along with releasing the anger. And so one thing that you can do, and this applies to fear or anything else, it's called cutting the cord. So let's say that you're very angry with your boss, and you think your boss is just the most evil person on the face of the earth. Yeah. And you just can't stand the way they treat you, and their expectations of you are so unrealistic. Or this could be your mother-in-law, this could be your husband, it could be anyone, is literally taking your hand and cutting the cord. And what that means is you're cutting the emotional cord that is constantly connecting you to that person that is getting inside your head. It doesn't mean that you don't love the person. It doesn't mean you don't respect the person. It doesn't mean you can't really have a relationship with the person. It means that you're cutting the emotional cord that is binding you to the negativity of that situation that's probably all in your head anyway. Right. Or some of it actually might be happening. But literally just take your hand and say, I'm cutting the cord with this person right now because I no longer need to digest this negativity. I don't need to digest it anymore.
Right. And you want to visualize what that cord looks like and how that person is attached to you. And then, and then you visualize cutting that cord. And there's something about that helps clear you. And again, it's not saying I don't want to see that person again. It's just right now they're bugging me. I want to stop it.
Yeah. And this could be even somebody that is checking you out at the store, checking, like not checking you out, but like checking you out, like cashing you out. So that's really upsetting you. Just cut the cord. And you don't have to understand this. I'm not asking you to analyze whether this works or not. I'm just saying, just do it because it's super simple. It takes 1 second, and just tell yourself, I don't need that. I'm cutting it. And you could do this with your kids who are driving you crazy. Again, it doesn't mean that you don't love them. It just means that you need to cut the cord of the negativity that's being shared between the two of you. Visualize yourself calm. Maybe just close your eyes for a couple minutes. Do your practice breathing and just visualize that you're a calm, in control person. Quit reacting to everything that happens. Just stop it. Stop reacting. Just visualize that you're calm. And even if you're not a calm person, the more you visualize that you're a calm person and you're in control of what comes out of your mouth and what goes into your head, the more you will be like that. Practice being calm.
That's true.
Listening to music, putting earplugs in or turning the music on in your house or at work or whatever, and just listen to the music and sing. Singing diffuses anger. It diffuses fear. It brings you back down. It allows you to use the other side of your brain. It moves you into the other type of your nervous system that allows you to be calm. So listening to music is really important. Changing your focus. Getting out of the house and walking around, getting outside into the environment is so soothing for your soul. And I would say most people stay in a situation when they're angry, like they keep trying to find the cause and they don't look at a solution. They're caught up in trying to figure out who did this to me.
Right.
Why is this happening? And they stay on the cause instead of looking at the solution. And being outside in nature or just in fresh air something changes in your brain and it allows you to see solutions more than just focusing on the cause.
And some people believe, Nisha, that, and maybe you do too, that taking off your shoes and just kind of standing on the dirt or grass, really grounding yourself makes a difference too.
Gosh, you're starting to say such good woo-woo stuff. I love that. It's true. Grounding yourself is maybe one of the more important things right now with all of our electronics surrounding our body all of the time. Protecting ourselves and grounding ourselves to the earth, the most powerful, wonderful energy there is. Natural energy is a really great thing to do. Writing things down, journaling makes a big difference. Fueling your body. If you haven't eaten for 4 to 6 hours and you're in your time frame for eating, so let's say you're intermittent fasting and you're in your time frame for eating, but it's been too long, get yourself some protein. Protein's brain food. Get a Brand X drink, hydrate yourself, get your antioxidants up, eat some protein and some good carbohydrates. Apples, everyone should be eating 1 apple a day because it also has quercetin in it, just like our Brand X supplement, and that will make a big difference. Change your posture. If you're like this, you got your shoulders up into your ears, change your posture, like get your shoulders down, straighten up your back. Get up and walk around and get some circulation to your brain. If you've been sitting and you're angry, hello, all of your blood flow is in your pelvis, not to your brain. You need some blood to your brain to start thinking right. So getting outside, moving your body, changing your posture, getting your shoulders down, all of these things make a big difference in how your body reacts to stress. And it will calm you down where you need to be, which is a better state for your immune system and better immunity.
That's all good stuff. You're on a roll today.
I'm on a roll.
You're on a
stay
roll.
calm. Live long, stay calm.
All right. Are there more?
No, I'm done. That's it. That's all I have.
That's all. Man, you got it all done. That's good. All right. Do yourself a favor, would you please? Go to nishajackson.com. And while you are there, you'll get your vitamin D and your vitamin C. Those things will help you keep calm. Also, go to takebrandx.com, takebrandx.com, and get your pickup sticks. And they're very awesome. I know. I'm drinking them now. I'm guzzling them like I'm a Brand X-aholic. All right. Please subscribe to the show. Let people know about Nisha Jackson, because if you love them, they're going to enjoy the program and you're going to help keep them healthy and safe and well. So subscribe, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, any of those places. Please subscribe and share the program. It really does make a difference. It really does. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. 2 shows a week during the Corona crisis. Another one coming up. Thank you so much. I'm Rusty Jackson. I'm Rusty Humphries for Nisha Jackson. Yeah, cut that cord.
Cut the cord.
Cut the cord. And we'll catch you next time right here on the Nisha Jackson Show.